comfortable with doing that, and I think that the job is critical to the well-being and function of our organization. This particular organization has the opportunity that we have to go and have a working relationship.
We will send a letter to the fund and then give them a time date and place for it.
Excellent.
And then agendize this as an informal for them.
Is there any new business? I have none on my agenda. Hearing that there is no new business, we'll go on to unfinished business, and we will review the draft informal advisory opinion regarding petition number 2014-02. And this, the opinion is requested by Maile David, Deputy County Clerk, regarding whether there would be any conflict or impediments to her running for county council while continuing to serve as Deputy County Clerk.
He has 2 copies. I gave him the original copies.
As the board is reviewing these, if any additions or corrections you feel necessary, I'm not emotionally attached to these. So I'm not emotionally attached to these, so please make whatever corrections you feel necessary.
I'm taking input now.
On this, yes.
I need to say no to this now.
Yes.
All right, first of all, I'd like to apologize to my learned colleague, Mr. Adams, that I am not 100% opposed to your position. I'm only 50% opposed to your position at this point, all right?
Sure.
And the reason I say that is because I looked at that reaction to what we had done last week, and that is near what we had done. I mean, it did not reflect my thinking on this. So I want to give you my thinking on this. When Ms. David brought this petition before this board, she created two questions. The first question is, does her actions in any way violate the county ethics code? And our answer was no, and we are right. But what about the second question? The second question is the one that Mr. Adams was concerned about. But the second question being, and this is the way I wrote it down, does her position in any way compromise the integrity of the electoral process? Very good question. The only reason we can act on it is it's not in our kuleana to make that decision whether it compromises or not. So what happens is it does not affect the violation of county ethics code, but it may somewhere else. So I got to thinking about it, and I thought that, okay, our is an advisory opinion. We can go ahead and say, okay, you're violating the county ethics code. But as part of our advisory opinion, I recommend that we send her, tell her, include a referral to the State Election Commission for her to take that issue up with them as part of our advice. Now, I think that would, in some manner, answer Mr. Adams' qualms about what had occurred, because that is their kuleana. They make a decision. They're the ones that do the unfair campaign practices thing. Let them make a decision on that. I'm not comfortable with it all in our pocket. We do not have it, and we do not rule on it. But we're all right under the ethics code, all of us are, but we're not all right about the other half. And I'm not saying whether it does or not, Mr. Adams, I'm saying it's not our call. So therefore, I'm asking for us to make a motion to amend our order to include a referral to the State Election Commission. Is this a recommendation now? It's a recommendation.
Yeah. Do you have a comment, Mr. Adams?
I do, thank you very much. I've thought about this as well, and then also in terms of looking at the minutes as well, and recalling our conversation and dialogue on this. I think that's a very nice, just really nice delineation. And I would be able, I'd be willing to support that. I think my primary concern was a perception. And because ethics is a perception, it becomes important in the sense that we are the Board of Ethics for the county. My ability to lay a finger on the specific item area of code, now you're right, I don't think I could do that. And yes, we're supposed to be able to do that. And so I would be in of such a recommendation.
You notice I said Steve when I addressed you, didn't I?
I'm not sure what that, sure it's okay.
Should I consider that a motion?
Okay, well, should we go ahead and make a motion and for,
Please do.
does anybody else want to make a motion?
If you make it.
I move that our advisory opinion that it does not violate the county ethics code, that we include a referral to the county commission, electoral, whatever body hears issues of campaign, unfair campaign violation. And so they can right. It's an advisory recommendation only.
Sir.
Okay. Can you clean that up for me?
So we had a motion and a second, so what are we doing?
The motion is to go ahead and approve the informed advisory opinion with the addition of recommendation to my motion. Or do you want to review?
Let's just slow it, let her go ahead and have them sign it, so that yes, you want to make the approach, you can make it a month here and wait.
Okay,
So you give me a call and I'll come over and
yeah,
take care of it.
okay, so that's what I'm gonna just add a sentence, what I just stated.
We're moving on to petition number 2014-01. It's a review of a draft informal advisory opinion regarding the petition by Micro Review Bucket on whether the Department of Finance may find a violation of the Code of Ethics and sanction basis thereof.
Mr. Chair, if I may, this draft provided to the board, Ms. Noda, who represented the finance for
All so I was uncomfortable. She does have the right to see what the board is going to consider, and then, maybe additions or additions, questions that she might want to place on the record. So,
May I make this suggestion that we go through review process here? I believe time is not of the essence in the approval opinion. So if we review it and make any comments that we have on this, and then you can refer that and we can finalize it at the
Because
next.
that would be the clerk or the horse, you see, you want to make a revision to have to review the revision. Don't just know that. We will come back and review.
Yeah, we'll do that meeting.
We're gonna go to one.
Yeah, anyway, so therefore we'll just pass it on.
Meantime, though, I mean, you know, so
Yeah, if we have any
corrections,
comments at
additions
this
you want to
time.
make.
So let us just take it home and look at it, and at the next meeting, make a final review with any input from Mrs. Miller.
Okay, and what I will do is provide this draft that I provided to the board to both petitioner and respondent
Right.
and ask them to comment within a certain time period.
And we'll bring it back.
Yes.
And we'll read it home and bring it back with our corrections if we want.
So to clarify that, we will postpone the review of the formal advisor. We will be able to take this home and take a look at it, as well as Ms. Noda will have opportunity to make any comments and they'll be reviewed at the next
That's
meeting.
your first
Was
council.
there a motion for that since this is on the agenda? That we're moving this and that our next review is going to be, will include any issues or matters of record that's been provided by petitioner or respondent?
I second that motion.
Is there any further discussion? No, hearing no further discussion, I call for a vote on this motion to pull the review of draft formal advisory on petition number 2014. All those in favor? Aye. Moving on to the next item, petition number 2013-10. An informal hearing petition by Chris and Annette Pickens. My understanding that earlier in the week we learned that Annette Pickens was not going to be available. And so we went through the process of saying, okay, if both cannot be here and they both want to be here, we also informed Robert Northworth that both petitioners would be available. So this particular informal hearing needs to be postponed until the next meeting. The chair so moves that we be informal hearing to the next meeting. Is motion? Okay. Is there any discussion on this? Hearing no discussion on this matter, I call for a vote for the postponement of the hearing on petition number 1310. All those in favor? Aye.
I'd just like to point out that ever since Koo joined the board, we are just so efficient.
I also comment, I think it's Koo's turn to make the next second, you know. You got it, Koo, you make the next second.
Yes, okay, you guys were just too fast for me. That's all it was.
The chair or the vice chair moves that we go into executive session with the purpose of reviewing the executive session minutes from April 9, 2014 to review 9 confidential financial disclosure forms and to consult with legal counsel as necessary.
Legal counsel, do we do our elections openly or?
Okay, there has been a second to
I'm
the
sorry.
motion to go into executive session.
Do we do our elections in session, or do we do it openly?
Open.
Okay.
But she has a computer on, so.
We'll carry that and move it.
To move it.
So it's been moved and seconded that we go into executive session discussion. The only question that we have is that as we go into executive, there is a computer on and we'll make sure that is turned off before we conduct business. Is there we'll call for a vote if there's further discussion. All those in favor of going into executive session? Aye. We'll move into executive session and we'll start business as the computer is removed from premises.
So that's spyware.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sorry.
That's
Wouldn't you know,
Well, of
just the
course,
second I
just
step
being
out.
fair.